everyone! This section introduces the knowledge of 200 series products. Section 6. Introduction to the use of analog modules. Analog modules contain analog input modules, analog output modules, and analog input or output modules. The use of analog modules mainly involves module addressing, range selection, and wiring. We will explain the following in turn. First, the analog addressing. The analog input address includes both AIW and VW, and the model determines the address type. For VW addressed modules, the address is related to the slot where the module is located. The calculation method is as follows. The module addresses addressed by AIW start from AIWO and row back in sequence. Analog output address is AQW. Take the product configuration in the table. As an example for addressing instructions, PLC body does not carry analog, so it does not occupy analog addresses. The first analog input address starts from AIWO. One channel occupies 2 bytes of the address. So the first for AI module address is AIWO tilde AIW6. After that, the analog input addresses can be sorted backwards from the previous analog address. The previous analog input address occupies AIW6. So the next analog input address starts at AIW8. There is no analog output before. So the first analog output address starts from AQWO. Note that this for AI, one AQ module has only one analog output though, but it will occupy 2 analog addresses. The subsequent analog output addresses are listed backwards from the previous analog output address. The analog input module also requires a dialing code to select the input range. Select the corresponding dialing code according to the range of your sensors, dialing the modules SW1 tilde SW6 according to the table. For example, module 231 to OHC32. If you need to set the input range to 0, approximately 20 milliamperes, only need to dial SW1 and SW22 on. The rest are off. Dialing code on the top is on the bottom is OFF. Let's take a look at the wiring of the analog module. Firstly, we connect to 4 VDC through L+ and M to supply power to the module. If the input type is voltage input, connect directly to the positive and negative terminals of the channel. For example, if you connect to channel A, you can connect to a plus and a if the input type is current, e.g. on channel C. In addition to the sensor's access to C+ and C, it is also necessary to short C+ and RC for the current input type. The wiring is different depending on the wiring system of the sensor. The connection can be made according to this diagram. The analog output modules also need to be supplied with a 24 volts power supply via L+ and M. Voltage or current wiring depending on output type. For voltage output, connect MO and VO. For current output, connect MO and IO. Analog input or output module wiring is the same as the previous one. This will not be repeated here. About the introduction of analog modules, that's all. Thank you.